you bond. You bond deeply with people that are older than you and likely male. And if they're not older than you, then it's someone that you look up to. Someone who might present as like a father figure even. Someone that you feel like they know more than you. Like you can look up to them. They seem smarter, wiser. They're just like, yeah, there's something about that person where they know what they're doing in your eyes. But it goes deeper than that. There's almost an attachment. We use the word bonds, but energetically, it's an attachment, right? It's like this cap belongs on this pen. And so they're kind of bonded, right? They just go together. But if we think of emotions, if we think of our feelings, and if we think of things that are deep, intense, and possibly hidden, and maybe even from like soul history and memory, it's likely related to something that happened once before. So it somehow could even create a vulnerability within us. Either these people, I dropped my pen, or the person that we're attached to, or somehow look up to. There's even possibly a wound involved. Gemini, this is your July 2023 video. And we're talking about your 8th house. So if you don't have your chart, comment below. If you have your chart and you're like, well, what the hell are you talking about? Like if I'm confusing you, comment below. We have, all of us, have a full moon coming up for the month of July. And this doesn't have to be like a big dun, dun, dun. It's not one of those. It's just a full moon. But it can be a bigger deal for Gemini because it's in the placement in your chart. It's in a place of deep emotions. And sometimes these are vulnerabilities. This is the house of stuff that's raw. It's hidden, but yet it's raw. Like we keep it hidden for a reason because it's like, I don't want you to see that. It's my vulnerability. And if I show it to you, you're going to know how you can hurt me, right? So we keep it hidden. We keep it hidden. And because of where this ends up for Gemini risings, now you might be a Gemini birthday listening to this video, and that's okay. Stick with me. Hang in there because this will make sense. But let me just ask you to do this. If you are watching and you're a Gemini birthday, at least let me know in the comments when your birthday is. And I would need the year also, because then I could at least apply this to your sun sign, because that's what you are. You would be a Gemini sun sign, and that's fine. But you're going to get greater accuracy if I can get your actual chart drawn up, because then I can fit you with the most accurate reading, the most accurate video. Okay. And none of those things cost any money when you comment below. Like it's not like a gimmick. It's just me having a deep passion to get you an accurate chart in your hands so that you can have your life in your hands. That's it. No games, no joke. So getting back to the Capricorn energy in your 8th house, those are the things I started talking about right at the beginning. Deep bonds, possibly attachments, emotional wounds even, with somebody who was older, could be masculine energy, someone that you look up to, someone who may even present as a father figure. So for some, they're just really drawn to these kind of people. And many times, because it's the 8th house, we go to the next level and becomes physical. It can be physical attachments. It can be, we can have, let's have fun with our bodies, right? And I know that probably sounds kind of gross because I used the word father earlier, but that's okay. It doesn't have to literally, I'm not saying that like any of that is going on, but it was to give an example because I could also say the word a boss at your job. Some of us might be more drawn to people who are older than us, right? Saturn rules Capricorn energy. So for some people, they have like Saturn and Scorpio, and it's the same thing. They're drawn to people that are older than them. And so that's what this is, being drawn to someone that's older than you, possibly having like a history with this person, soul wise, not personality, but soul wise. So it's like you just feel something when you're with them, like there's just this thing and you don't even understand it. It just already existed right when you met. Now, I'm going through all of this to talk about the release that we have at the beginning of the month. And for you, Gemini, well, in your 8th house. But for all of us, this is on the 3rd. Had to double check. If you have a chart at home, if you're following along, this is in Capricorn energy at 11 degrees. 11 degrees and 18 minutes. Look in your chart and see where those degrees are. And if you don't have your chart, what are you waiting for? Just comment below and I'll take care of you. You let me know how I can help you. So that is a release at the beginning of July. Now, for some of you, whether this is an actual person you release, this could be also, let's go over some of the Capricorn keywords. It could be an ambition, a goal. Now, many people associate career energy to this, but it's any long-term goal and ambition that you have. Think about that. A lot of people are like, but I don't really have a career thing. I just don't really have that. I don't understand. I just don't have that. I don't know what that is. I'm wandering. I'm kind of, I don't have that drive towards that. And that's okay. So then for you, you're asking yourself, well, what is it that I like work towards? Even if I don't make a statement about it, like, okay, this is my thing. I'm doing this and I will be doing this. And this is my long-term goal. Like, not all of us have that. I was one of those people. I definitely didn't have like that long-term, okay, in 20 years, I'm going to do this and I'm going to have, no. Whenever you have a lot of watery energy in your chart, no, that stuff comes later. That's just the way that it is. But typically, wherever our Capricorn energy is, if we're aware, if we pay attention, we'll find out. This was something that little by little, piece by piece, you kind of kept working at it, even though you didn't really know you were working at it, if that makes any damn sense. So Capricorn is like duties, responsibilities. It's my job, like career, but it can also be um, like, because it's ambitions. So whatever it is you're ambitious about, and some males, females, it's like, hey, I want to have a family, right? Or hey, I want to be the boss. Some it's just like, I want to get married. Like that is my forever dream. I've been thinking about that and I want to get married. That's an ambition. That's a goal, right? And think about this. It's a long-term thing. So that's why we would associate marriage, because most people don't get married thinking it's going to be a short-term thing. No, because if it's going to be short-term, then you don't go through all the stuff you go through, right? And unfortunately, some of them absolutely end up being a short-term thing. But that was not the plan at the beginning, right? That wasn't the plan. The plan was forever, right? Wasn't that the plan? Yeah. So we can associate marriage to that, or whatever it is that you feel like you are committing to for the long haul. You're like, this is it, man. I know I'm taking this to my grave, right? It's that energy. So this is that release. So it could be whatever ambition, whatever goal. For some of you, because it's in this 8th house, maybe there were some wounds associated with the goal, wounds associated with an ambition. It might have included marriage. Okay. It might have included a job or a career, some sort of duty and responsibility. It's a release because it's a full moon, right? And it can be emotional, but not so much. I mean, it is because it's in your 8th house, but because it's Capricorn, Capricorn is a little bit more structured and it's a little bit more stoic. Some people call Capricorn energy like hard, like no emotions. I show it like my poker face, right? Hard, serious, super serious energy, actually. And so, yeah, whenever you mix the moon and Capricorn together, it can be kind of like, it can feel hard. Okay. Which kind of, we tend to think that it means like someone doesn't care, right? They don't show emotions or they just don't care. So yeah, a release. Okay. Now, when we move on, we're going to talk about some exciting stuff here. I'm going to start off and then I'll give you the details later. But right midway through the month, we have a big event happening in July, and we're having the moon's nodes move. I've been talking about this for a while now. I mean, I've been talking about this 18 months ago. We talked about how the nodes will be in Taurus and Scorpio for the next 18 months. Well, now they're changing. They're switching signs. They're going into Aries, fire, and air, Libra, the opposite of Aries, fire and air. So the North Node in Aries, very fiery, very optimistic, very much of like, I want to start something. I want to be first. I'm racing. That's Aries. I'm racing. I want to be first. Very just, it's got that get up and go. It's got that can do attitude. It's got that I want adventure. It's can be a little naive. It can be very impulsive energy. But the good news is it sends some sweet, beneficial trine energy to 2 other areas in your chart, which activates 3 areas for all of us. And I'm going to tell you, for you specifically, Gemini, the 3 areas of your chart that it's going to activate. And that will be for the next 18 months of your life. Grand fire trine action going on. Sounds super awesome, doesn't it? We become more outgoing. We become more optimistic. We're positive. We're courageous. We gain more confidence. We're all about learning and adventure and seeking. And we're just, yeah, it's almost like we might feel like our old selves again. There's a piece of our identity and our independent spirit and our flair and color coming back in, and our humor and the I'm going to go and travel and journey. I might take extended education. I might go on take classes and courses. I might even become the teacher, or I might start a new, I might find a guru, find a spiritual leader or teacher or religion even, and just start tasting and experimenting and just immersing my fingers and my feet and touching in and all the little buckets. I want to experiment with that. I want a taste of that. It's almost like we come to life again. Our thirst for life comes back. So I'm going to go over that in the details in just a second. Let me talk about this other moon event. It's a new moon, and the new moon happens in Cancer. And so a new moon happening in the sign of Cancer is your 2nd house of money, money, money. Yep, your 2nd house. I know this, I think, is good. 2nd house is income and money and how I can receive. Now, the thing is, you got Cancer energy here. So this is the house of family and my tribe and emotions. So what I really, really love about this is this means that when we have a new moon there, it's about setting our intentions. It's about saying, what do I value? Who do I value? What do I need for my emotional satisfaction? What do I need for my emotional security? What do I need to feel safe emotionally? What do I need? It's you asking those questions. I can't answer them for you. But what I can tell you is you value family, mothering, nurturing, being that mom, having that connection possibly with your own mom. Now, I know some of you have a deep mother wound. I know this because this is super common. Like, we all, in a way, have a mother wound, whether it's the relationship with our own mom. Maybe I can't be a mom. Maybe I can't have children. Maybe I had children. Maybe that didn't go so well. Like, there's a lot of different ways we can have that mother wound. And so when we value it even more, right? You got Cancer energy in your second house of Taurus, Venus energy, like, woohoo, this is my thing. This is tribe energy. So you're going to be able to connect with people, which is what's important about this piece. It's not just mom, but it's also feminine energy with other females. You can connect in, and like, they're going to be people who are part of your soul tribe. And so that's important. Finding who those people in your life, connecting in with them will help heal, will help nurture you, will help emotionally secure and satisfy you. Okay. There can be an attachment to the material world. And I use the word attachment because it's in the second house of Taurus energy. So the home and the family and all of that, but then maybe using things in the material realm to pacify and to help you along, to give you that emotional security. And because it's the second house, we got to talk about the Taurus stuff, which is my creature comforts. So it's like, okay, bring the food. Where's the good stuff? Where's my chocolate? Right? It's all Taurus. Smell, taste, touch, what I can see, what I can hear, right? Sensuality, right? That is all Taurus stuff. That's Venus. Venus likes things. Venus likes shoes. She likes to go shopping, right? And this is together. This is Venus in the sign of Cancer and the moon together. And normally, actually, this is a wonderful placement. The moon is known to be exalted in the sign of Taurus. So you've got the moon, Cancer energy in the second house. So for many of you, this can be just really good energy in general. Now, with all that said, you have a new moon here. A new moon is a time of a new beginning when you set intentions for what you need and what you want for your emotional security. How should your home be? Who should be within it? What do you need to have that? Maybe it's to have your own place all by yourself, like nobody else. It's a possibility. It's a little strange if you have Cancer there, but maybe your home becomes like pets and animals. Maybe you could have things in your chart that angle it, that make it difficult. And then that's a real pain because it's like that's the thing you value, but yet it always fails or something, or you always get burned, or it's like it gets complicated really fast, right? This is a new moon, okay? And this is at the 17th of July. It's at 24 degrees and 56 minutes. This is a new moon degree that's kind of like those mastery degrees, all right? But it does represent a new beginning. It does represent something new happening in the home because it's your second house. This could be a new source of income, money, my job, how you make your money. Second house is how I receive, right? How I receive. So think of things that have to do with home and family. Think about that. Think of Cancer energy, home, family, nurturing, right? It's a very empathic energy. Very empathic energy. It's in the second house. Super empathic. Super. So if you can figure out a way where you can use that kind of energy to make money for yourself, think about the home. Oh my God, there's a huge industry of aging people. My mother is one of them. And the updated information is putting your senior loved one into like an old folks, whatever nursing home facility is not the best thing for them. It is best for them to stay in place, to age in place. Well, you know how they do that, right? Home healthcare providers, home health aides, home healthcare workers. Huge. This is Cancer energy because it's all about the home. It's all about nurturing. It's all about helping out. Now, I know this is highly empathic energy, so this may not work for everybody, and there may be different degrees of that work for you. Either way, it's a new moon. So you figure it out what it is that you need for your tangible emotional security. And yeah, I did say that because your income, your money, that is how you're going to be emotionally satisfied, because it's the mixture of the Cancer and the second house, right? And it doesn't mean that you're like a gold digger. It doesn't mean that at all. It just means see the connection and understand it. And understand that, like, when that ain't right over here, all of a sudden the emotions, like, all this falls apart, right? And then when that falls apart, when our emotions get whacked, well, it ends up being a real problem in the physical body. So when we get to the root of it, right? When we see, okay, this is what makes me, yeah, this is like my security blanket. This is very important. This is a need, not a want. This is a need. Then we figure out how to make that happen. Okay. So that's on the 17th. And I didn't write the time down. Oh, I thought I did. Let me give you the time for the hours of power, 1:32 p.m. Let me write that down on my little paper for the rest of the videos here. 1:32 p.m. on the 17th. And this day, I'm just going to tell you, this is a huge day. Huge. And this is where we're going right into the next piece. The piece that I told you I was going to get to in a second, which is the grand fire trine energy that we're all going to have. But I'm going to tell you where it happens for you. This happens, and it happens on the 17th. The 17th is the beginning when the North Node goes from Taurus to Aries. Yeah. It'll be at 29:59 in Aries on the 17th. And when that happens, it lights up. It starts sending beams of energy to your other fire houses. You see? So if you got your chart, see if you got something at those late degrees. And even if you don't, no worries. It's going to get there. There's 30 degrees in every sign. And so those fire signs are Leo and Sagittarius. So all together, we got Aries, we got Leo, and we got Sag. And so you have all those degrees in your chart somewhere. This is your 11th house. That's where the North Node is going, first off, into your 11th house of friendships, social circles. All right. So the friends in high places. This includes the angelic realm. Think about that. A grand fire trine. It goes to your 7th house, significant one-on-one relationships. The other piece of the trine. So that's 2. What's the third one? Your 3rd house. Talking, communication, learning, thinking, the way I communicate. Your 3rd house. This is your area, your local neighborhood, your next door neighbors, your housemates, right? Think about that. This is the online people, big time for the next 18 months. If any of you are looking to do anything online with social media or YouTube or whatever your favorite platform is, and you kind of want to, see if you can find a way to make a little bit of extra money, maybe have a side gig or whatever, this is a nice time to start that, because you're getting the 11th house, you're getting your 7th house, and you're getting your 3rd house lit up. Lit up. This is fire energy. So this is very beneficial. 18 months is a nice amount of time to kickstart something. Remember, it's adventurous. It's like, you know what? I don't know if I'm brave enough to do this. Oh, yes, you will be, because the North Node is in Aries. We're all going to be doing something we didn't think we were brave enough to do before. All of us. So your 11th, your 7th, and your 3rd. Your 7th house is significant one-on-one relationships. That's personal and business. So it's not just about getting married. It's also about business partnerships. Who can I business partnership up with? And your 11th house, online, social platforms, group online platforms. 3rd house, social media, Facebook, YouTube, just scrolling, right? Chatting. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So there's some really beneficial stuff here. And I cannot wait to hear how this looks. I'm so excited for myself. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for all the signs. So Gemini, you're an air sign. Yeah, you're an air sign. You do know that fire sextiles air, right? It sends 60 degrees away to all your air energy, all your air houses. Use this, and please Let me know how this works out for you or what your new adventure is. Even if you're just like, gee, I've never done this, but I've been thinking about it. Let me know. Comment below. Share it. Let other people hear what you've got to say. Other people may have other ideas. You're all Geminis. Talk. Talk to each other under the comments. Find out. Start communicating. Start organizing. Get your shit together. Like you guys can do it. You're the masters of communication. This is time. All right. That's it. That's all I got. That is all I got. I hope you enjoyed your video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.